Welcome guys, and it is LSHD Gaming here, and we are here with the Bespin DLC footage. What you are going to be seeing in the background is a collection of all the maps that are in the thing, and as you can see right now we've got some Dengar footage. I was right, he's dropping a load of proximity bombs. One of his other attributes he has is his ability to actually run at people and knock them and charge them down, and which you just actually would have seen there. And I'm not sure on the other one. I don't know why they didn't show any footage of him in the live stream, but there is footage of him online available, which is what I'm bringing to you. Let me just point out, all this gameplay is not owned by me. It was done by Star Wars HQ and Stone Mountain. So there you go. I don't want to be claiming that I did this footage. It's not mine. But yeah. So let's get right into it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is part 1 of part 2. If you want to see the other 2 maps, there be in the part 2 video, which will be going up directly after this. Yeah, what you're seeing at the moment, Dengar there, that is on the first map, which we are going to actually talk about, and that is Cloud City. Now, the footage is Walker Assault on Cloud City, but you can play a variety of game modes, such as Turning Point. I don't know if you'll be able to play Sabotage, which is a new game mode, which we'll get onto a tad later on. What else will you be able to? Turning Point, Supremacy, all that, and Drop Zone. So that is going to be one of the big talker points, but we'll touch upon that later anyway. So let's talk about some of the patch updates that they've announced that's going to be in it. We now have a new level increase to level 70, and the Rebel skin, which you'll see in there for Cloud City Bespin, that is going to be unlocked at level 70. Now, on top of that, of course, we have the Shock Trooper outfit, which is now going to be available for everybody to unlock at a certain level. I didn't actually catch them say what level. And the Imperial Guard skin, which is the big red one, which we've seen, is actually the guard for Emperor Palpatine when you spawn up as him. So I think that's awesome. At least we got some new Imperial skins in there, and to be able to go as shock troopers and all that will be absolutely fantastic. Now, also to touch upon on the star cards, they did mention that all future star cards that come out will have nothing to do with like grenades and killing weapons. They're all going to be stuff which can help you with your teammates, so they're more support weapons, as we actually see one of the streamers go into the cloud cars now, so you can see that. But the first one that they introduced was obviously the thing where you can lock onto people and it scan pulse them and they'll be up visible for everybody on your team. And the other one is the shock grenade, and it throws it down and it makes them unable to move, and there's actually a little mini game feature that you have to press a certain button as fast as you can to get out of the electric shot, but it enables you unable to move, and pretty much an open free kill. So it's a pretty good one. It will help out teammates, throw it down, bang, you know, they can't move, and it's really interesting. I love the look of Bespin, especially this map, which is the Cloud City map. I think they've done a really nice job on this, and I'm showing off a lot of footage with all the maps which are in the title, and then, as I said earlier, there's also a new feature where if you're within 20 yards of your partner in game, your star cards will charge up faster. So it actually pays off now to be sticking close to teammates instead of running off and doing your own thing, because you could say use your jump pack and be right next to your teammates still, and it will charge up much faster. So that's a really nice little support thing. They're trying to get people to work as a team. I understand why they're doing it, and I'm not against it. I actually think it's quite a reasonably good idea. This Walker Assault map, they didn't show off a huge amount of it, but they were showing off the cloud cars in particular, which you're seeing in the background. I do show off the ending of it as well, but I really like the look of the cloud cars. The cloud cars come in 2 forms. You get the one that they're using now, which is for the rebels, and you get a blue version of it, which is of course for the Imperials, because they said they're in the expanded universe there was that available, so they touched upon that and brought it in, and I like that they did that with the expanded universe, because they also did that with the one of the other maps, which was Bionic Laboratories, which I think we're showing off in the next video, or this one, I can't remember anyway. But it's really interesting. I find this Cloud City map is very wide open. It's the first map that we've seen, and it could get very frustrating dying to the walkers and the ATSTs, so you're going to have to play it really smart. You don't play it smart, you're going to die very easily, and that will become very frustrating. But you've got to, it's going to encourage people to play well. The better you play, the better you're going to do, and I think that's a really good thing. As you see that they are trying to activate the uplink station here, and he dies, which is quite interesting. And then this is at the end of the map as well that I'm showing off now. This is when they get to the final stage, so you can see a little bit more. It's an absolutely massive map, and when you're actually in the cloud cars, I think it looks fantastic. I'm really pleased with it, and of course you don't really see that in the films, so for them to be able to do that is absolutely fantastic. And it really does, especially in the cloud cars, these strafe runs are going to be a lot harder now. Everyone used to think strafe runs are really easy, and they are, and they're a cheap way to get kills on the ground. They are very frustrating. I sometimes do it. I moan at people that do it. But with this new introduction, I think it's going to be great. You know, all the towers are going to make it very hard. Blimey, am I getting the hiccups in a video? I hope not. Anyway, on to the next map. And what you're watching now is some Sabotage gameplay on Administrator's Palace. As you can see, they're trying out the X8 Night Sniper. Why am I stuttering? I have no idea. But I love the look of this map, and the idea of the objective, I should say, for Sabotage is the gas generators, and you need to defend the gas generators if you're the rebels, or destroy them if you're the Imperials. Once they've all been destroyed, you know, you then fall off to the extraction point, you hold that off for the time limit, and then you get out of there if you're the rebels, that is. Rebels defend, Imperials try and attack and destroy them. Now, here's another thing. There's 2 waves, as I said. You've got the 3 points here. As you're about to see, he goes and picks up Lando Calrissian, so we get to see a little bit of footage about him, and we'll talk about him, but more to do with Sabotage. You can pick up 4 of the heroes. In the first round, or 5. All heroes come up for you to be able to use, okay? Which is going to be awesome. But after the first wave where you've defended the generator, then when it goes to wave 2, the Imperials get all their heroes. So it's going to be very key that you maintain your health, play it smart, you don't go gunning in, because if you're down on low health at the end there, and they get all 5 of their heroes on the Imperial side, they just absolutely wipe the floor with you. But let's talk a little bit about Lando since he's up here. His actual main thing is his traps, okay? And what he can do is he drops down this little, it's kind of like a seeker grenade sort of thing. And what it does is you drop it down and you become invisible on the map. You no longer show up on the enemy radar, but what does show up on the radar is that little red dot, so it tricks them into thinking that's you. They then run towards it and kaboom, it will blow up and absolutely destroy them. So that's a really nice little trick, and I quite like that. I think it's very smart, and yeah, I quite like that. And also his main trait, as you can see, is he's going up along here. Now the more kills you get, the more damage you will do with your weapon as well. I really like the way Lando looks, and of course they had Billy D. Williams come in to do the voiceover, which is absolutely fantastic, and do some new lines, which I think they had to do, really, because I don't think anyone else can really capture what Billy D. Williams brings to the role. You can get some really good voice actors, like in the Clone Wars and Rebels. The person that does Obi-Wan Kenobi does actually a really good job of Ewan McGregor, but it wouldn't be the same if it wasn't Billy D. Williams. As you see here, go a little bit hardcore mode here, and this is something you don't want to be doing, because there's the next wave still to come after this. And you'll just be asking to be killed by the 5 other enemy heroes. So really, you're going to have to maintain your health, play smart, and try and defend those generators for the time limit. You do that once you've set them on and they're there. And then after that, you know, it's good to go to the extraction point for phase 2. So I really like the look of the new game mode Sabotage. They showed it off on a variety of maps, which I will be showing off in the second videos when we see more Sabotage. The X8 Sniper here, I don't think it's actually going to be as good and as effective as people think, because the first thing that strikes to me is the brightness of the people is great and it stands out, but it makes it very hard to visually see them, and I could see some issues coming up. As you can see here, fall back to the extraction point. They've activated all of the gas generators and held them for the time, so now it's time to extract, but they're all on low health. Look at that, 9 health. There's not really much you're going to be able to do with that. And that's pretty much down to you just not playing it as smart as you could have, and they're going to get shredded in the next round trying to defend that one base point for you to get out of there, which inevitably you will just fail. But it's definitely one of the more unique game modes, and all the game modes now are 32. That's another key thing. All game modes that have been introduced are 32 players, so 16 versus 16. That includes game modes like Drop Zone, which is available to play on Cloud City, and stuff like that, which I think is fantastic. But the difference is now with the drop zone is that there'll be 3 pods on the map at once, and it will be first to 10. Yeah, you heard that right, first to 10. So I like that. This is only for the Bespin though. That is not for the normal game modes. It won't change for the normal maps, but just for the Bespin DLC, that will be what is happening for game modes like drop zone. As I said, also you'll be able to play Supremacy and etc. But anyway, let's go on to the final thing which you guys are going to want to see, and that is Fighter Squadron. As you can see, absolutely visually beautiful as they're going around in the Cloud Car now. And as you can see, they've added in a lot of cover, which I think was necessary. Now, something they have done to the Rebel ships is when you put on your shield now, the weapon that comes out, obviously, is a lot less effective. And that is just purely on the basis that Rebels were just so overpowered over the Imperials. And Dennis Gronval, lead developer on Dice Star Wars Battlefront, totally agreed with that. And they said there's going to be more tweaks coming with that to try and get it absolutely perfect. Because they don't want to make it so it's so nerfed now, the Rebels, that the Imperials are just way too good. So they're going to keep tweaking it, but they do want to fix it. Of course, now Fighter Squadron is 32 people, so 16 versus 16. I think that will include bots as well. So it's going to be absolutely massive. I love the cover. As you can see, if you actually shoot those towers there, they will blow up as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Really trying to visualize what it is. But this has been the first couple of maps. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and see you for part 2 for the rest of the videos. May the Force be with you.